So, you've been playing Pacific Drive, and you've been enjoying it so much that you've practically completed the game and you're regularly exploring the deep zone, farming for this. Lots and lots of Olympium. Yes, Olympium, one of the best resources in this game, allows you to build all kinds of things. Namely, Olympium panels for your car. All kinds of good stuff. But there is a bit of a catch when it comes to Olympium. There is only one way to farm it. That is, of course, going to the deep zone, finding the Olympium fragments, the veins that contain them at least, and then getting out one of these, a magnetic hammer. Very, very useful piece of kit. Allows you to farm not just the Olympium, but increase the resource yield on more normal things that require a hammer, such as plasma generators, which normally you'd use a normal impact hammer for. But let's say you've gone on a very successful trip, or maybe you've been a bit short-sighted. You only have one magnetic hammer on you, and it's got very little health left. And so you use it, and then it breaks. And suddenly, you don't have any more magnetic hammers. But there's still lots and lots of Olympium left to farm. But you think that there's no way to get it anymore. Well, fret not. There's a way to still at least get some of it. And it is this. The standard impact hammer. But, you say, whenever you scan an Olympium vein, it always shows that the recommended tool is a magnetic hammer. And yes, that is entirely true. A magnetic hammer will farm a vein in a single blow. But the impact hammer is a backup. Not an exactly solid backup, but it's a backup nonetheless. You see, when you're out in the field, there is no way to make more magnetic hammers. I can't even create it from the car, because it's not a tier 3 workbench. It's only a tier 2 workbench at best, meaning I can make a hand vac if I wanted to. A flare gun, but not a thermal vac or a magnetic hammer. So, what do you do instead? Build as many impact hammers as you can to try and farm as much Olympium as you can. It's not the most efficient way of doing it. It takes forever, and a single impact hammer can only realistically farm 1.5 veins of Olympium. But it's workable. It takes a while, but you can get at least some yield out of it. And I will show you exactly how. So, with the aid of the resource radar, we have managed to locate an Olympium vein, and there's more over there. And just for demonstration purposes, we will farm one of these nodes with the Olympic hammer? The magnetic hammer, just to show you an idea of how much Olympium you can expect from one of these nodes. So we have got 2 from that one. I think we'll actually farm another one just to make sure, because it can vary. We've got another 2 from that one. And now, to show you it is indeed possible, here's the normal impact hammer on this final node. Now, the impact hammer, a lot slower to charge up, and as you can see, didn't really do a lot of damage. The magnetic hammer was able to farm the other 2 nodes in just a single hit. This one is going to use up more than half of the impact hammer's durability. At least that's how it is in my experience. And this is a very frequent problem, because the amount of damage that the impact hammer does to a single vein is not enough to fully farm it without having to, go all the way. If you get what I mean. I'm having to use more charges than I might initially like to completely farm this node, because you can see there's only a sliver of health remaining. It can be tempting to just use the pry bar to pick at it a little bit, but that doesn't always yield any Olympium, and never use the scrapper, because that won't yield anything either. And from that, I actually managed to pick up 2 more Olympium once again, so it can vary. It can. We'll find this other node again, as we fully farmed that vein. There we go. 178 meters away. Go and pick up this other vein over here. Oh, there's a couple more that have not been detected. Ah, it says 3. That would explain it. Now, unfortunately, this impact hammer has had its day. It will not fully farm any of these single nodes. So, what we need to do is see if we can create another, and we don't have the ingredients. I've used a lot of scrap metal, and that car is the wrong kind of car. So let's see if we can't find another car to farm in reasonable distance. We've got a lorry, a tow truck back there, so we'll go and farm the tow truck for some parts with the scrapper. And then just use the thermal vacuum to pick up everything. That is that truck completely farmed. We'll go build ourselves another impact hammer for demonstration purposes only. Where is it again? There it is. There we go. Impact hammer produced. And we shall use this one first. Because the pry bar might be able to help if I get the feeling that it's going to take more charges than I would like. Yeah, so pick it down a little bit, and then okay, 2 more Olympium. So it seems like the amount of Olympium you get from each node does not matter, even if you're using a standard impact hammer. So if you haven't unlocked the magnetic hammer yet, or you've run out of magnetic hammers, or you just didn't have the foresight and forgot to bring one along, you can still farm the veins with impact hammers. You're just going to need a lot of resources to build them on the fly. And that is more or less all she wrote when it comes to these veins, these hammers, because we're not going to be able to farm the full node with these impact hammers anymore, I don't think. Nope, there we go. Does that affect the yield of the normal magnetic hammer? No, it does not. So it looks like 2 Olympium per node, regardless. Huh. Learn something new every day. Oh, there's one right there. I do love farming Olympium. In fact, I picked up 3 there, so 2 seems to be the norm, but occasionally you'll get 3. 3 more. And that is a fully maxed out slot in the inventory. Those 2 more, indeed it was. I think that's everything farmed. Nope, we have 1 more node there. Three more. So, yeah, that's essentially how you can still farm Olympium even if you don't have the magnetic hammer. Bring a whole bunch of impact hammers along. So yeah, hope this helped, and thank you for watching. Good night.